explain. And if it started raining, you wouldn't hear this boy complaining.
Hail, Holy Queen and throne above, oh Maria. Hail, Mother of mercy and of love, oh Maria. Triumph all ye cherubim, sing with us ye seraphim. Heaven and earth resound the hymn. Salve, 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 Regina. Our life, our sweetness here below.
The Salve Education Program will help prepare you to be a successful new teacher. The courses are challenging and are based on the most current education research. The professors are experts in the field and some of the most compassionate and caring individuals. You begin your experience in the classroom as early as your freshman or sophomore year to make sure this is the right career choice for you. This program has exceeded my expectations and I am so proud to be a part of it.
I chose Salve because of the amazing professors that helped me choose the level of education I wanted to teach, and because I felt an instant sense of comfort when I walked on campus for the first time. I love everything about this school. I love everything to do with the education program, and I am so lucky to be a part of it.
Salve's education program is a group of professors, peers, and faculty that encourage you to be the best educator, student, and person that you can be. It is a supportive group of people constantly working to be better and encouraging you to be better. In our ever-changing world, Salve's education program remains constant and devoted to preparing students for a career as teachers.
When you come to Salve as an education student, you are placed in the classroom from the fall of your freshman year all the way through your senior year when you're student teaching. That is so important because, one, it gives you a chance to say from early on, do I really see myself in this career? Two, it gives you a chance to gain experience that no other program would allow. You gain experience from your freshman year that takes you into your student teaching and that you'll take with you into your future career as a teacher.
I love the Salve Education Department because of the small class size. I went to a small high school, so maintaining that small class size was really important to me. Not only do I have great relationships with my peers at Salve, but also with my professors as well. All the professors in the education department are so supportive and they really want to see their students succeed. When I'm in the classroom, I feel so prepared and confident for my students. I'm so happy that I picked Salve Education.
The program does a great job of scaffolding the material and it sets you up for success, whether it's to pass a class or pass an exam, but also just as an individual, it helps you grow and really expand your thinking as a future educator.
I love studying music education at Salve because the professors make sure you are prepared and ready for whatever you may encounter in a classroom. And you start your methods classes your freshman year and you start going into classrooms right away. And the professors make sure to give you a lot of real life assignments instead of just busy work, which is awesome.
Mater, mater, intemerata, sanctus, sanctus, Dominus, Virgo espice, mater espice, sanctus, sanctus, Dominus, Our life, our sweetness here below, oh Maria, our hope and sorrow and in woe, oh Maria, triumph all ye cherubim, sing with us ye seraphim, heaven and earth resound the hymn, salve, 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 Regina, salve, Regina, salve, Regina.
I'm excited to be here with all of you today who are watching and listening. We have a lot of education programs, several. Each one is amazing because all the professors and students are wonderful. The first program that we have is early childhood education, which is certification to teach pre-K through grade 2. We have an elementary education major program for grades 1 through 6. We also have double major elementary and special education for grades 1 through 6. So you get certified in both elementary and special education. We have a secondary education major, which certifies you to teach in grades 7 through 12. You receive your degree in secondary education, but then you are also a double major and receive another degree in your content area. So you have to select the content areas that we have as majors here at Salve are biology, chemistry, English, history, and math. We also have an all grades world language program, which is for grades pre-K to 12, and we have that for Spanish and French. And then we also have all grades music, which certifies you to teach pre-K through 12.
Our education faculty is a special team of professionals, dedicated professionals. We have 11 full-time education faculty members and 11 adjunct faculty. We also have faculty from other departments. So in secondary education, those secondary students also have faculty in their content areas as well as music or world languages. So we have a whole host of people that work together to provide an amazing experience for you at Salve. Everyone in our department has spent time leading classrooms and conducting research, so it's really important for you to know everyone that you work with here at Salve in the education department has actually worked in some capacity or another in a public and private schools and in classrooms. And that makes a huge difference in the kinds of interactions we can have with you here in school, here at Salve, and also on campuses around the state and around the island. Because we are teachers at heart, our own courses are current, engaging, and fun, and we stay in schools all the time, so we get to know what's most current. We also have research that we conduct. Several of us conduct empirical research that is published in peer-reviewed books and journals. And sometimes we even have students who help serve as research assistants. So even though it's an undergraduate program, you get some graduate level experiences in being able to participate in research from time to time if that's something that you're interested in doing. We also have professors who conduct action research within our own classrooms and our field site schools. And we have even other professors who are working on writing professional journals and writing books. We have a couple of books that are coming out even this year, so we're very excited about that. But the most important thing for you to know about our faculty here at Salve is that we are compassionate, we are passionate, and that is something we share together. We are so excited to get to know you and have you come and work with us. And we are honored to shape and support the next generation of professionals who will take up this work that we love so very much.
Because we are an approved program in the state of Rhode Island, the Rhode Island Department of Education has established minimum basic skill requirements for all teacher prep programs in the state. And those are scores on your SATs, ACTs, or Praxis Core for educators. And those are adjusted each year by the state. So there are minimum requirements that you must meet by the second semester of your sophomore year. So education students apply for acceptance in their sophomore year, generally around January or February. And along with meeting the threshold for the basic skills testing, students must earn and maintain a 2.75 GPA in all subjects. So that's very important to be accepted into the program and also to stay in the program. One nice thing about education students is that you may carry 18 credits per semester. So this really helps students who would like to have, say, a minor in another content area, or also for those double majors in secondary or elementary special, because those require more credits for graduation. Certification. So Rhode Island Department of Ed requires praxis testing for certification, and those are specific to the program. All program completers apply for and receive their Rhode Island teacher certification. This is very important for students who want to apply for certification in a different state. Rhode Island has reciprocity with 46 states, Puerto Rico, and Guam. So you can take your Rhode Island certification and apply for certification in a different state, and generally you will receive a provisional certificate which allows you to teach, and states give you additional time if they have additional requirements. So I know in Massachusetts, students take the MTELs. We encourage our students to take those when they're taking the Rhode Island tests. And in New York and New Jersey, where they require EdTPA, we encourage students to start those as soon as they're in their junior year. Those requirements include videos, and it's really important to start recording your teaching in your juniors and senior years. So we hand out a lot of information about this. We're doing it right now with our senior student teachers. We have the forms necessary. We help them to fill them out. It's their responsibility to take the tests and complete EdTPA, but we give them as much help and material as we can. So, but all graduates must receive their Rhode Island teacher education certification before they apply in other states. So we're pretty firm with that you need to pass all your tests before you start student teaching. Okay, so I know that there were some questions, and we're going to ask Michael to moderate the questions. And I also have up on the screen our contact information. So if we don't ask a question right now that you're looking for an answer to, you can contact one of us, or if it's something you think one of the students might be able to answer, we can certainly put you in contact with them. So go ahead, Michael.
Hello, everyone. My name is Michael, and we have a list of questions that prospective students have asked in the past. And so we have our students and faculty here today who are going to help answer these questions. We want to start by saying that each program is a little bit different. So between elementary, early childhood, and secondary. So each student will be answering from their perspective, from their program, but there are some nuances with each program. So my first question is for Molly. And Molly, can education majors study abroad?
Yes, so they can. I know my sophomore year, and that's when you typically, if you're going to do a semester abroad, you go your second half of sophomore year. And I went abroad and I studied over in Limerick, Ireland at Mary Immaculate College. And you're able to take both core content and your education courses. So I was able to take my religion and philosophy over there, as well as some of my special ed courses. But then there's also opportunities in the summer that I know a lot of my friends went over and they go to Oxford. You can do some trips to Australia. Our department and our team for study abroad is amazing. They're really flexible, and you make sure that you hit the content that you need to.
Thank you very much, Molly. The next question, we have Natalia will be answering this one. Can I major in special education, and who is eligible for the double major?
So as an elementary education major, it's really encouraged that you do a double major in elementary and special education. It's incredibly helpful, even if you're thinking like, oh, I don't know if special ed's where I want to go, or I don't know if I want to do the double major. The courses that you take to fulfill your special education major are incredible courses that are going to help you anywhere that you decide to teach. So at the end of the day, it's really a good idea to do the double major. I'm only speaking for the education or the elementary education students, so I know they can double major. I believe early childhood you can minor in it, and I'm not all entirely sure about secondary. Um, Me personally, I was the double major, and then I realized I wanted to minor in something else as well, so I switched over to a special ed minor, and now I have that and a Spanish minor that I'm tackling. So the education department is so flexible, and you don't have to make a decision when you first come in. I just added my minor like a month and a half ago. The advisors are so willing to work with you and talk to you about what it would be like to fulfill that major or minor in special education.
Thank you, Natalia.
Just going to add that generally that the special ed minor for early childhood is a positive thing, depending on what states you are looking to have reciprocity and be certified. They may accept all those courses toward your certification in early childhood. So something to look into when you're looking for reciprocity.
Okay, thank you. Our next question is for Brittany. When is the first time you will get to be in the classroom?
So Salve really likes to push their students to get into the classroom as soon as they can. When I was a freshman, I was in the classroom in my second semester. I was visiting different preschools and I was seeing all different types of schools and learning styles. And I'm currently a sophomore and I go once a week to a preschool where I learn so much, and it is such a hands-on experience and it's something I'm so grateful for. And in your junior year, you do methods, and in your senior year, you do student teaching. So all 4 years at Salve, you are in a classroom.
Thank you, Brittany. So from going from being a student at Salve to we have an alumni here, Morgan. And this question is, what is job placement like for Salve education majors?
Hi everyone, my name's Morgan. I am Salve Regina class of 2018. I'm in my second year of teaching in Tiverton, Rhode Island as a kindergarten and first grade alternate assessment teacher, so special education. Like we said prior, it depends on what your major is, but I can full on say that the people who I Oh, hi, Dr. Fee. She just messaged me. The people who I graduated with, 100% of us got jobs prior to graduation. Whether that would be before we graduated or 2 weeks before school started, everyone ended up with a job ranging from substitute teaching long term to being hired full time. So Salve Regina definitely has a great reputation in Rhode Island specifically, and Massachusetts and Connecticut, and even like everywhere in the Northeast pretty much. Even if you're coming from Florida and California, don't worry about it. Salve is really reputable when it comes to the education program. So I truly believe that it's like a great way to get your education to be a teacher, because everyone really gets a job, hopefully.
Thank you, Morgan. This next question I'm going to answer, and that is, what are the specific education courses I will need to take? So you start taking your education courses in your freshman year. One of the first classes you take is an introduction class to race and inequity in American education. And as you move up, you'll take a lot of, in your first 2 years, educational theory classes. You take education and adolescent psychology, intro to special education, language development, principles of classroom management. And then as you move into your junior year, you take your methods courses, which you learn kind of the how to teach, and those are also paired with your practicum experiences in the classroom. And then for elementary and special education, you are teaching your student teaching your senior year full time, which is really nice. So those are just a little glimpse into what the kind of classes you'll take as an education major. So my next question is for Dr. Booth. When I'm accepted to Salve, am I automatically accepted into the education program?
So when you are accepted to Salve as an education major, you come in as a freshman, and generally you're somewhat screened by your SAT scores. So if you apply to Salve in other content areas, you don't necessarily have to report your scores, but for education and nursing, you do. So you are accepted, and then you are not fully accepted into the program, as I said before, until your sophomore year. So between your freshman and first semester of your sophomore year, you have certain required courses. You have to maintain that 2.75 GPA. You cannot get below a C in any education courses. And then we also have criteria, which includes your professional dispositions and your cultural disposition surveys that are completed. You need recommendations from content faculty as well as program faculty. So we really want to make sure that by the time you are finished with your first semester of your sophomore year, you are convinced that education is the career for you. So, and at that point, you submit that application packet, and it's reviewed by your advisor and by the program coordinator, and then comes to my desk, and you would receive a letter stating that congratulations, welcome to Salve's Education Department. So that's the official timeline.
Okay, thank you. This next question is for our other senior, Emma, and this says, what are my options for graduate school after receiving a degree in education from Salve?
So that's a great question. I think some of your options are honestly limitless. Salve does an incredible job of giving support to your seniors specifically. As a senior right now, I've received endless support from both my education department and also my content, which is math department. Both advisors have sat with me and had conversations about what I want to do, if I want to go to grad school, what that looks like in the process of it, and they've helped along the way. But if you don't want to go to grad school right away, they also will have conversations about what that looks like and how to apply for teaching jobs or whatever type of job you're looking for. So I think it's been really awesome to have that type of support in what I want to do and make sure that they support that, and they are always there to have that conversation if it's just I don't really know what I want to do, or if it's going through the process and helping you out and writing recommendations, or even just finding a placement or a grad school that you think will be the best fit for you.
Michael, I just want to pop my head in here too because I knew I didn't want to go to grad school, but I now 2 years out, I've kind of decided I want to get my early childhood certificate and not get my graduate degree just because I don't have the money for that right now. So actually, a lot of classes from Salve are crossing over into the Rhode Island College classes, and now I'm getting my credential review process done, and I might only have to take a range from 2 to 5 classes to be able to get that certificate. So that's also another option that you can do as well down the road, because I knew I didn't want to go back to school right after I graduated. I want to be able to go work. But now I'm looking back, and Salve was awesome. Dr. Booth wrote me a letter like 2 years out. She's like, I got this for you. And I got my transcript. So that's also another option too after Salve.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you, Emma, for your answer as well. My next question is for Brittany, and what made you choose Salve?
The reason I chose Salve, I mean, besides the beautiful campus, which is a given, was just the fact that when I walked on campus, I just felt super welcomed. I knew that personally I wanted a smaller school. I wanted to get to know the faculty. I wanted to get to know my professors. I didn't want to sit in the back of a lecture hall of 800 students and not be able to see my hand get raised. And Salve just offered that whole family vibe to it. And when I walked in, I felt like I knew everyone already, and it was just so warm and comforting. And I also knew that Salve had a phenomenal education program, and I knew going in I wanted to be a teacher. So that was a big plus.
Great, thank you, Brittany. My next question is for Nakaya, and what is the best part of being an education major at Salve?
I would definitely have to say the community, in specific the faculty, because they actually obviously all your professors care about you, but they care about what you're doing on campus, what you're involved in. They want to see you succeed. They make the learning in the classroom always interactive and fun. So I'm always excited to come into class because I know it's going to be a positive atmosphere, and the professors are really determined to have you have fun while you're learning. So that'd probably be the best part of being a Salve student.
Absolutely. Thank you. My next question is back to Dr. Booth, and we touched on this a little bit before, but what grades will I be able to teach after graduating? I know this depends on the programs.
Well, I think I put that on a previous slide, but those, let me see if I can just back up a little. And one more. All right. So in early childhood, you would be certified in Rhode Island pre-K to 2, but because of reciprocity, other states actually have pre-K to 3. So if you are teaching in Connecticut or Mass, you would be able to transfer your Rhode Island to Mass pre-K to 3. And then elementary is grades 1 through 6. Elementary special, again, grades 1 through 6. Both certifications. Secondary ed are grades 7 through 12. And then our all grades, the world language, which would be French, Spanish, that would be pre-K through 12, as well as the all grades music pre-K through 12.
Okay, thank you. This next question I'm going to answer, and it says, what are some things you are involved in on campus? Are there any clubs or organizations related to the field of education? So I am the president of Salve's Best Buddies chapter. So Best Buddies, for those of you who don't know, is a international organization where students at a school like Salve are paired with a community member with an intellectual or developmental disability. And so we hold different events throughout the year with them. Some other clubs that have to do with education. We also have the Special Olympics Club, which puts on a Special Olympics event each year. We have the Salve Education Association, but there are definitely other clubs. The largest clubs on campus is the SRU Dance Club. There are different organizations for the different content majors, such as math or history. So there's a wide variety of organizations to get involved with on campus for sure. My next question is for Molly, which is, what is student teaching like?
It's an amazing experience. So I'm currently in my second semester of student teaching, and for elementary and special, you teach all year long, and I'm not too sure about the other education departments, but so how it typically is you're in one placement for the fall, and then you go to a new placement in the spring. However, like my circumstance was a little bit different than most. I'm in a combined age group or age classroom in Tiverton. So I've been there all year long, and you see such a positive growth in the students. And personally, coming in, I wasn't afraid of student teaching, and I know that's a big concern a lot of people have. But because of how well and how prepared you are from your teachers and from your professors at Salve, you walk in and you kind of are able to take on that role so easily. And right now I'm in that mindset where I have full control of the classroom, and you design lesson plans, activities for the students, you're engaging with your clinical educator who's almost your mentor in the school and your support at Salve. But it's an amazing experience, and I would not trade anything for it.
That's great. And can I just add that our early childhood education students do their student teaching in the fall of their senior year. And our secondary education students do a practicum in their senior year in the fall, where they spend one full day a week in the classroom, where they will do their student teaching in the spring, their full-time student teaching in the spring. In all grades, the music and the world languages split the semester between elementary placements and secondary placements. So right now, one of our music major education students has already completed her high school placement and is now working in the elementary level. So covering it all.
Thank you. My next question is for Natalia, and why did you decide to study education, Natalia?
So, when you're little and they ask you like the fourth grade when you're graduating elementary school and they ask, what was your favorite memory? What do you want to be when you grow up? And everyone puts like, I want to be an actress or I want to be a vet. From like day one, I knew that I wanted to be a teacher. I wrote it in my fourth grade yearbook. Like I've known it ever since then. And then, you get older and you go to college and like, all right, I want to be an education major. But you're not entirely sure what that entails, how you're going to do it, how exactly you're going to become a teacher. And when you get to Salve and you start those education courses, it's just like I knew that was exactly what I wanted to do the minute I started my ed classes. And the minute I met the teachers and the faculty in the education department, like I cannot like stress how amazing they are. Like my advisor, like Dr. Booth, like you have a class with Dr. Booth, and like that was one of my favorite classes that I took. And it's just like you get to know everyone so well, like not just your teachers, but the head of the department and your advisor. And they just help you every step of the way. And they just like make it so concrete that, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And that Salve really just helped me to make that decision. Even though I always knew I wanted to do it, they just really signed, sealed, and delivered that to me. And that's that.
Oh, thank you, Natalia. So we've talked a lot about how we all love the Salve education program, but Nikaya, my question is, what do you think sets our program, the Salve Education Department, apart from others?
There's definitely a lot of things that set us apart from others. But I can definitely echo what Natalia said about the faculty. You know all your professors, you know the head of the department. You have so many friends there in the program to support you. But I think also the fact that we get out in the field freshman year is definitely what's a big deal for me. That's what got me to come here. I liked being in the classroom. I've had experience before, but if you've never had experience being in the classroom, you'll definitely get it right first when you get here. You get experience with all different ages, kids from different backgrounds, and if you're interested in special education, you can work one-on-one with a child who receives special education services. So I think it's just a lot of great experiences you get in this program.
That's great, thank you. Going to Morgan next. Is it possible to be an athlete and still be successful as an education student?
Yes. So I played soccer at Salve my sophomore, junior, and senior year. I actually transferred after my freshman year. I transferred from another school back home. I'm from Rhode Island to Salve. And I played soccer for 3 years. Personally, I played soccer my entire life. So I really loved the structure and the consistency of knowing I'm going to have practice every day and games on Wednesday, Saturday, Mondays, or whenever it may be. So it's really doable. As a Division 3 athlete, it's really a student athlete. They really put academics first. I came from a Division 1 program my freshman year, and there I really felt like you were an athlete student. Like you'd have to skip class to go to practice, but not at Salve. The coaches are all really supportive of knowing if you have practice but you have to come 30 minutes late because you have a lab or a class, like that's why you're going to school, is to be a student. So I thought it was really doable. Obviously it's a lot of balance and organization and talking with your professors. Like I'm going to be missing this class for a game. Like what do I need to do to make sure I'm caught up and stay caught up and everything. And same with student teaching. Like you have to be open about it with your clinical educator, and just say I might have to leave early these days and I might have to skip practice these other days for open houses and stuff. But it's definitely doable, and I think it makes you even more marketable when it comes to interviews and trying to get a job after college as well.
Great, thank you, Morgan. Our next question is for Emma, and can you talk about what the double major in secondary education looks like?
Yeah, so like Dr. Pokowski mentioned, when you're a secondary education major, you get a degree in your content area and then also an education degree with a concentration for your content. So my concentration is math, which means I'll receive a degree in math and education with a concentration in math, which is awesome. One of the main reasons I wanted to come to Salve was because a lot of other schools don't offer you a degree in your content area. So I loved that I had that option of getting a degree in math. So that means I do take all of my math courses that if I was just a mathematics major. But like I said, the departments are really good. They balance each other out and they work really well together. So I think just the biggest thing, if you're considering it, is really looking into what you want to do and what age group you want to teach. This is very helpful though when you do have the extra credits, like Dr. Booth mentioned, up to 18 credits. You do take a lot of credits. It is a lot of work, but it's something that is very doable and that you can do if it's something you really want to.
Great, thanks, Emma. So
Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. The sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. The sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun.
Hope you're all safe and healthy.
We miss you.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place yours.